students. As part of participation in Rhode Island Civic Learning Week 2023, Rhode Island's Commission for National Community Service, named ServeRI, has recorded this video to introduce educators and families to student service learning. Our goal is simple: to answer the question, what is service learning? And as super fans of service learning, of course, we hope you'll be interested to access additional videos and resources to start or to join a service learning experience for Rhode Island students. We define service learning as a program or project which combines community service with an outside organization with a structured opportunity for reflection about that service, emphasizing the connections between service experiences and academic learning. While there is no universal definition for service learning, what remains constant is that service learning is an approach to teaching and learning that is student-led and fosters the application of academic learning to address community needs and challenges in collaboration with a partner organization. Service learning frameworks and distinctions between other teaching strategies will be discussed later in this presentation.
One unique aspect of service learning is that service learning can be integrated into classrooms across disciplines and various community settings. Students, teachers, and community partners, as shown here on the slide, play a key role in developing high-quality service learning activities. Service learning is connected to course content, offers meaningful experiential learning opportunities that address genuine community needs, and provides students with opportunities to reflect throughout the process. My name is Mary Ellen Lynch, and I am the PrepareRI Ambassador for Youth Service at the Rhode Island Department of Education.
And I'm Adam Donaldson. I work at the Rhode Island Department of Education to manage ServeRI and promote volunteer service opportunities for all Rhode Islanders.
And here are our learning objectives. So at the end of this module, our hope is that participants will understand how service learning is used as a pedagogical tool to promote civic participation, and service learning resources and frameworks will be provided.
Now, ServeRI uses the broad term youth service to include many different ways that young people are engaged in learning and doing service. Service learning can be boiled down to the opportunity for students to apply academic knowledge and their skills in addressing a community need. Whereas Action Civics is a service learning inside a civics curriculum that emphasizes student research and engagement with the community, elected officials, and democratic institutions in solving a community problem. Volunteering is probably the most familiar. Students organize a winter coat collection drive at their school, remove plastic from the shoreline, care for animals at the humane shelter. Volunteering includes activities where we simply help others or an organization. But volunteering can help young people feel part of their community and to develop social awareness. Work-based learning, sponsored by Rhode Island schools, can include service learning projects where a student's volunteer role is designated or designed, to provide work experiences and career development. All these ways of engaging youth in service are equally important, and I would add fun, but you may hear these terms at different times related to service learning.
So here is a chart outlining common characteristics of service learning, volunteering, and internships. So as you can see on the slide here, each emphasizes the role of students, teachers, and community partners within each. Some key similarities among all three are that all do involve community partnerships. Some key differences, and really what sets service learning apart from volunteering and internships, is that service learning is integrated fully within curriculum and is directly linked to course content. What also makes it unique is that it provides opportunities for students to develop deeper understanding of complex community challenges and engages students in structured reflection. Here are some ways in which project-based learning and service learning intersect. We wanted to provide some definitions for these terms because often these terms, project-based learning and service learning, are used interchangeably. How they intersect is that both project-based learning and service learning are both approaches that do provide students with opportunities to use academic knowledge to address community challenges. So both approaches are integrated, fully within into curriculum. What sets project-based learning and service learning apart is that, so for example, not all project-based service learning, not all project-based learning is service learning. For example, some project-based learning might involve hypothetical projects solving a community challenge, whereas service learning, what remains constant with service learning is that community engagement piece. And another distinction between the two is that with project-based learning, it can exist entirely inside the classroom, like I mentioned, with perhaps a hypothetical project. But with service learning, there's always that community engagement piece. So there's always some collaboration with a community partner. So here we wanted to highlight a service learning project in Rhode Island, a project that I've had the opportunity to be involved with. So here is JSEC Goods. So it's actually a nonprofit organization started by students at Juanita Sanchez Educational Complex. And their mission with starting this JSEC Goods is to address hunger needs for students at JSEC and their families. And what they did with opening JSEC Goods, they started a food pantry to provide food to those in need. So how JSEC Goods got started, which is a really great example of a service learning project. JSEC students were taking a Roger Williams University College nonprofit management course that was part of their community development pathway at JSEC. So through the course content, it inspired students to do a needs assessment to really address the challenge of food insecurity in their school community. So by doing the needs assessment, they identified the hunger needs for JSEC students and families. So what they did, so that sparked their desire to start the food pantry JSEC Goods. So the service piece of that project was actually collecting non-perishable goods. And the learning was in that college course, they examined the root causes of food insecurity. So together, that service and learning piece is really embodies the service learning and is a really wonderful example of a project that students, they were able to really put their ideas into action.
I'd like to introduce you to the resource of the National Youth Leadership Council, or NYLC, which has provided professional development and service learning resources for more than 40 years. The National Youth Leadership Council describes a 4-stage process for service learning that is a model for high-quality service learning practice. According to NYLC, the 4-stage process reflects the role of educators in framing the experience and rooting it in student outcomes. It also highlights the leadership role that young people have as they become civic actors in their communities. NYLC has a focus piece on IPARD. The student experience becomes central in stage 3 of their process. Teachers or older adults may plan in advance how they will guide and support students, but the students are investigating the community's needs, planning and preparing to take action, acting, reflecting throughout this process, and then demonstrating what they learned at the end. As the diagram illustrates, the experience doesn't begin with the act of service, nor does it end with the completion of a service activity. Every part of the process is rich with learning and growth opportunities, many of them happening as the students investigate the community needs, identify their feasible action, plan and carry out service activities, and then reflect and share their learnings with the larger community.
So there's research that shows why service learning is highly valuable. So for example, research shows that engaging students in service learning activities can improve academic achievement. And there are some statistics here on the slide. So for example, students who participated in service learning activities in high school were 22% points more likely to graduate from college than those who did not participate. And that civic engagement activities raised the odds of graduation and improved high school students' progress in reading, math, science, and history. Service learning also enhances civic responsibility. So JSEG Goods is a really wonderful example that demonstrates the powerful impact that service learning has on students' civic knowledge, skills, and engagement. So this is one of 3 recorded presentations in 2023. If you're interested in learning more about youth service in Rhode Island and accessing service learning resources, please visit serverhighland.com/youth service for some really, really great resources. And here are some specific resources on if you're interested in getting started with service learning. As I mentioned, if you go to the serverhighland.com/youth service website, there's a service learning toolkit. And we've also provided a link here to access the RIDE work-based learning toolkit. And then the link here to access resources put out by National Youth Leadership Council, and then Youth Services America, as well as Generation Citizen. Here are some links specifically if you're interested in getting started with service learning connected to Sustainable Development Goals, which is a topic covered in both Module 2 and 3.
Thanks so much. See you in the next video.